All right, well, did you have any idea that one of the oldest pioneers in ceramic technology is located right here in the valley?
Dina Kupfer is learning how some of the world's richest clay reserves are in our area. Hi, Dina.
I had no idea. Yes, good morning. So we've done a lot of stories in Lincoln the past couple of weeks. Gladdin McBean is this beautiful big site here. The campus is huge. And from the street level, I'm going to show you what you probably have seen from the outside, all of the clay piping. So a lot of that is sewer pipes that are used in everyday landscapes here in the city of Lincoln and beyond. But they also have so much work happening inside behind the scenes. And I wanted to show you what those people are doing in these huge buildings. So Gladdin McBean is celebrating 150 years here in the Lincoln area. This is some of the incredible cast sculpture that you're going to see pop up in cityscapes, not only here locally, but also even into New York. And there is so much work that's being done on the inside. So we have Ray Gonzalez with us, who is a ceramic artist. We've been talking to you about different mediums of the work that you have done, and you spent a lot of time here at Gladdin McBean. First, just tell us where we are today.
Hi, we're in the mold making room. We have, we're in Victor Verhoeven's, one of the master sculptors, Jesse Cardenas. We're in their studio. And bottom floor of Gladdin McBean. Can we walk this way? Can I show you something?
Yes.
This is what Victor's working on right now.
Okay.
Lots of things in progress. Here he's replicating an earlier piece.
Oh, wow. So when you look at some of these different pieces, I mean, from the outside, people see all the sewer piping, Ray, but the things that are happening on the inside behind these closed doors, these are the types of sculptures you would see in the streets of New York City and in some of the really busy cities across America.
New York, Chicago, go to San Francisco and look up. You'll recognize this image, these images, all of this work. It's all over the country. One of the first times I was here in the 80s as an artist, they were doing work for a building in Virginia for the Naval Academy, a gigantic eagle. It was impressive.
Yes.
Like, holy cow. So a lot of great stuff, just looking everywhere.
Yes, I love it. And we actually have some photos from the Gladdin McBean site that we want to show you too, of just the different work that they have done and the different creations that have come out of this space. And you say a lot of this starts with moldings, and they have the same type of molding for various pieces of art, and then they can make replicas, and they can make these by the dozens, right?
Yes, they start with an original made out of clay, and then refine it, and then take a cast of it, and then take the clay out and have a beautiful plaster mold that they can then replicate for, you know, if there's gargoyles on top of a building and they need 10, they can make 10.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It's just something you just never really think about how the sausage is made when you see these pieces up in so many different cities. Also, I want to show our community some of the work you've done on some of the clay piping, because that's also something that you've been very prideful in, is the work that you've been able to do with some of these Gladdin McBean products.
Right, I have probably made over 30 sculptures on tall terracotta cylinders, are 4,000 pounds, about 6 feet tall, out in the world. It's kind of great.
Gosh,
so
that is so cool.
I'm just lucky to be here. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's a whole lot more to show you. This campus is huge. So stick around in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a tour and show you some more of the work being done here inside of Gladdin McBean. Now celebrating 150 years in Lincoln, guys. It is amazing that this is still operational here in our area.
Isn't that cool? That's great history.
Thank you, Dina.
Good day, Lincoln. I'm Dina Kupfer. We are on the inside of Gladdin McBean. And if you have driven through Lincoln, you've seen all the clay piping on the outside. So much work is being done in these old buildings, 150 years. And I want to show you some of the amazing pieces. So this would have been one of the castings that could have been done for one of the Olympic Games. Also done here in Lincoln. And then look what I just found, a little skier. It's like they knew we were coming today. Ray Gonzalez, who is a ceramic artist, you have spent so much of your life working with clay. You've had an opportunity to create in this space. You've gotten to know the artist. Just talk about what this space is and what it means for the community of Lincoln to now be celebrating 150 years.
It's incredible. It's the heritage of Lincoln and Northern California and then the United States, because works go all over the country, not just here. And so it's a part of history, a working history.
It is. So let's talk about where we are. I mean, this big Bank of America emblem here, I mean, that would have been the casting that is now used on a building somewhere in the country.
Probably in New York, Bank of America. And so they have works from all over, just like that medallions. You saw the Olympic ones. Brooks Brothers is over there. RCA Victor's inside. They're all over.
Yes,
so
it's just incredible. And I want to go into this back room here because how the sausage is made is so interesting to me. Again, this here, the seal of the New York cityscape here. This is going to be somewhere in the cityscape in New York if you go there today, but it was made here in Gladdin, McBean in Lincoln, California. And this space is amazing. So first, tell me exactly what this is, because on the surface, somebody might not realize it.
Right. This is a giant easel, so when you're making a massive piece that's maybe 12 or 15 feet high, you don't really work flat. You, just like a painter won't work flat, you have an easel. So this is an easel that rolls up and down so that the workers can see it at an accurate perspective of it right in front of them and not laying flat. It's massive. I've never seen an easel this big.
Wow.
There are several of them.
Yes. And look at the system here. I mean, the old chains. This would have likely been original.
Right, I think it is. It probably is. Wow. And still used once in a while for massive pieces. They do work downstairs on a lot of similar kind of pieces, but they don't have an easel downstairs like that.
And then also this piece here in the corner, talk to me about that. You mentioned that might have been a molding for something that is currently in the San Francisco area.
Right, that's at the Fireman's Fund building in San Francisco. That's a column there, a Corinthian column that they made here. And so they made another one to keep here.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible work.
It is just amazing. Okay, so Gladdin McBean, again, celebrating 150 years in our community. They do the clay sewer pipes that go under the ground all over the country. They do tiles, both for indoor and outdoor use. And then, of course, they do these incredible sculptures. I mean, look at this. These are huge, and they're all done here in Lincoln. I had no idea. Ray, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I know you've also had some experience working with some of the pieces and creating artwork, and we love seeing it all over the place.
Great. Well, thanks very much. It's been great. It's
Good.
an honor.
It's been such an honor as well. So we're going to have that first segment that we did. We got to see the downstairs area. We'll make sure it's all posted on our website so you can see it. There is so much here, guys. We can't even show you like a fraction of it, but it's incredible. And we're really in the middle of history. I feel like I shouldn't touch anything. We're
I know,
in like
right?
a museum.
150 years of history.
Don't break anything.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.